What's happening, people? I hope you're all well. So this video is going to talk about the topic of Michael Dunn and how he killed a teenager over loud music. So Michael Dunn and his fiancée Rhonda Wauer were at Michael Dunn's son's wedding, and they left the wedding so that they could see to their puppy. Now, they stopped off at a convenience store in a petrol station. Teenagers Tevin Thompson, Leyland Brunson, Tommy Storms and Jordan Davis also stopped by at the convenience store. Now, the SUV that the four teenagers were in, was playing loud music. Michael Dunn pulled up next to them. Michael Dunn was irritated by the loud music, and he asked the teenagers to turn it down. Now, according to him, this turned into an argument, and Jordan Davis, according to Michael Dunn, pulled out a gun. This caused retaliation, according to Michael Dunn, and it caused Michael Dunn, in fear for his life, according to him, to shoot at the vehicle. Now, it was later discovered that there was no weapon in the vehicle of the teenagers. So Michael Dunn essentially shot into a vehicle that was unarmed. Now, Michael Dunn, luckily, three of the four teenagers survived. But tragically, Jordan Davis was killed due to the bullets. So luckily, the three survived, but tragically, one of them died. Now, Michael Dunn, he claims that he was doing this out of self-defense, but there was a lot of ambiguous behavior that followed after the shooting. Michael Dunn, once Rhonda Wauer, who had gone into the store, came back, Michael Dunn ushered her into the vehicle and drove off. Now, Michael Dunn, instead of calling the police, going somewhere safe and calling the police, he went back to his hotel room. He ordered pizza. He took his dog for a walk. He poured himself a drink, went to bed, and did not call the police. He went back to his home and was subsequently arrested because somebody had taken down his license plate number. Rhonda Wauer was questioned by the police as well. But Michael Dunn, he was questioned by the police, and the police pretended to facilitate his idea that it was self-defense, and then they systematically broke down his story.
I know you're in a strange town, and you have this traumatic event happen to you, and I can understand that. Okay. The problem, I can tell you, where we start to kind of get a little wondering is by the time you say you get to your hotel room, you're calling to order pizza. Why aren't you calling us?
They told him that there was no weapon in the vehicle. Michael Dunn was adamant that it was self-defense, and he described how there was a shotgun coming at him, which he then claimed could have been a stick. He then claimed that it may have been his imagination, or his words were anything is possible. When it was put to him, could it have been his imagination?
You said you keep dwelling on the shotgun as if there was one at the scene. If there was a shotgun, a BB gun, any type of gun at the scene. Hell, if it was a water gun that was black that looked real at the scene.
Like I said, it was a barrel. It could have been just a stick, but, I mean, it was...
Could it have been your imagination?
Well, no. I mean, anything's possible, I guess, but...
And he essentially... His stance was he was in fear of his life, because when he asked the teenagers to turn the music down, they were making statements, or Jordan Davis, according to him, was making statements along the lines that he wanted to kill Michael Dunn. However, the big issue here was there was no weapon in the vehicle. There was no weapon in the vehicle. So this made Michael Dunn's case extremely hard to, it made his case extremely difficult, because he essentially was saying he was in fear for his life, but the teenagers had no weapon in the vehicle. And so Michael Dunn, after arguing his case with the detectives were up in the ante, up in the pressure, and deconstructing his story. Michael Dunn was then told that he was being charged. So he pleaded not guilty. Obviously, he was put into jail. He pleaded not guilty, he went trial, and he got found guilty of all but one of the charges. And that was the charge of murder for Jordan Davis. That the jury could not decide on, so he had to go for a retrial. He was then found guilty, and he was sentenced to he was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. So Michael Dunn essentially is not getting out of prison. He has tried to appeal and has not been successful thus far. So this was a very, very sad case, because Jordan Davis was a teenager when his life was taken. This was a very sad case because Michael Dunn felt the need to ask the teenagers to turn the music down. Now, I know that the music may have been irritating towards him, but he could have put up with it for a short duration. And he would be living his life right now. He wouldn't be in prison. Jordan Davis would be alive. So really, the moral of this is, don't ruin your life and someone else's life over a petty situation. Loud music, just let it go. Let it go. Something else similar that may be irritating you, just let it go. That situation never needed to happen. And it's extremely sad that Jordan Davis is dead. Extremely sad and tragic for him and his family. So, for those who want to watch a documentary version of this video that I made, the link for that is in the description. I hope you gain value from this video. And with that, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I make a new video, and I'll see you on the next video.